Right now at 6, Coulee Region school districts assess safety protocols in the wake of Wednesday's shooter incident in Mount Horeb.
And a summer staple returns to Cameron Park.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozorowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
A Hudson area elementary school teacher is in custody on child sexual assault charges. 24-year-old Madison Bergman is a teacher at Rivercrest Elementary. She is charged with 1 count of first-degree child sexual assault of someone under the age of 13. The criminal complaint details inappropriate text messages between her and an 11-year-old student. The student told investigators he and Bergman kissed on multiple occasions and talked about having sex. Bergman is held on a $25,000 bond. If found guilty, she could face up to 60 years in jail.
No one is injured following an incident on a Chippewa Falls school bus. According to a release from the school district, a bus carrying 6 pre-K students had a brake caliper issue that required the driver to use a fire extinguisher. District officials say no fire actually sparked on the bus, but the fire department did evacuate it and worked with the bus company to transport the kids to school. Smoke did not enter the cabin and there were no injuries.
Communities across Wisconsin are still reeling after yesterday's shooting threat at Mount Horeb School District. Police shot and killed a 14-year-old student who had brought a rifle to the district. Officials say that student never made it onto the school grounds and no one else was hurt.
News 8 Now's Allison Fergott spoke with leaders in West Salem, where Wisconsin's Attorney General was supposed to have a news conference on school safety today. Allison.
Ken and Emily, that news conference and the district's scheduled safety training were canceled following the Mount Horeb incident. Today, West Salem officials are assuring the community that school districts are doing their best to keep students safe. Many Wisconsin districts have protocols to follow if there's an active threat on a school campus, like going into lockdown. Wisconsin mandates schools to run at least 1 school violence event drill every school year, something to prepare students and faculty for the worst. West Salem's School's Director of Buildings and Grounds went over today what other safety measures the district has in place.
We have a secured entrance in every building. Our expectation is all doors are locked at all times unless they're supervised. All of our visitors are required to check in at the main office and have a badge on them.
Other area districts like La Crosse schools have similar measures. Local police departments also often partner with schools to train for potential threats. Johnson adds that continuing funding for school districts and the state's Office of School Safety is critical for student safety. West Salem recently received a grant to hire a school social worker, adding another staff member to help support students' well-being. Ken and Emily.
Allison Fergott live in studio. Thank you, Allison.
Well, we definitely had a wet morning, and we still got cloud cover, even some mist and drizzle, some areas of even fog out there too right now, as most of the rain has stopped. But as you look outside, we've seen some visibilities down to 2 to 3 miles with some of this mist and drizzle. That's probably what we're going to see a lot of this evening. But overall, a lot of areas saw over a ½ inch, even higher amounts. So another good soaking rainfall, and most of this fell before noon. As for the morning commute, definitely was a wet one. Overall this evening, just a few sprinkles. Once again, mist or fog. Temperatures staying steady in the 50s, and that's really the same story for Eau Claire too, getting down to 51. Light winds and the cloud cover will remain with maybe a few breaks eventually towards midnight. Big picture shows there's your temperatures right now, still in the 50s. Most of the shower activity is really pushed off to the east and to the south. But once again, we have some areas that the radar's not going to pick up on some of this mist or drizzle. Otherwise, cloud cover is going to continue, but we are going to see a decreasing trend of that overnight. Besides a few sprinkles or showers towards Prairie du Chien, most of the other areas will remain dry and start seeing that decrease in clouds once we get closer to the morning commute, although we might still see some low clouds indicated by on there and some fog as the morning commute comes on, but for right now it should be widespread. The good news is once we get past that, we definitely have dry conditions for Friday. Unfortunately, we're flipping the switch once again. Wet conditions Saturday, and then Sunday will flip back to sun too. So the pattern continues.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Well, a heads up to La Crosse drivers. If you use Bliss Road, you'll need to find an alternate route next week. According to the city, the road will be closed from the base of the bluff at 29th Street South all the way to the intersection with Grandad Bluff Road near Alpine Inn. Crews will perform maintenance on some stormwater infrastructure. So the road will be closed every day next week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you've got any questions on the project, you can call the city's sewer utility at the number on your screen.
Whitehall School District is receiving a $50,000 grant to go towards STEAM education, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Governor Evers and the WEDC are giving out $493,000 in grants to 18 districts in Wisconsin to go towards Fab Labs. These are workshops with things like 3D printers and laser engravers. The goal of these grants are to get students more invested in STEAM fields, which include some of the most in-demand jobs in the state. Whitehall received the largest grant out of the 18 districts at $50,000. Each district awarded these grants were required to match half of the awarded amount.
Today is the National Day of Prayer. Local leaders gathered for the 28th annual Greater La Crosse Area Mayoral Prayer Breakfast to mark the occasion. Mayor Mitch Reynolds and many other local leaders attended the event hosted by the Coulee Region Prayer Consortium. One organizer says the breakfast is meant to bring people together.
We make a great attempt to focus on the needs of humanity and to lift those up in prayer. As opposed to focusing on the things that divide us, we attempt to focus on the things that unite us.
The breakfast featured keynote speaker Hector Colon. He spoke on the importance of ending homelessness in the community.
Well, in case you had doubts of summer being on its way, this might reassure you. The annual Cameron Park Farmers Market is returning to downtown La Crosse tomorrow. The market is every Friday in May through October from 4 p.m. until dusk. 30 vendors are signed up for this year's market, and there are still spots available if you'd like to sell your items. Vendors are selling everything from farm fresh produce to artisan goods and crafts. One organizer for the market says it's a good opportunity for people to connect.
Everybody wants to come down and just see their favorite farmers and local vendors that they see every week to get local produce, things that they like to eat.
In addition to the traditional vendors, there will also be food trucks and live music. Black says they're also planning on adding some new activities for the kids this year. You can find more information about the market and this year's vendors on the association's website. We'll have that link on our digital platforms.
Pro-Palestinian protests on college campuses continue to pop up across the nation.
What President Biden has to say as the number of arrests increase.
I remember coming home from school and pounding on the door, but my mother wouldn't answer. She'd be passed out inside. You know, my mother had a drug abuse problem. She struggled with addiction to prescription pills her whole life. But today with fentanyl, one pill, just one pill can kill. So I've worked with Republicans to stop the flow of fentanyl that's poisoning families across Wisconsin. I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message. This fight hits close to home.
At Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, we're celebrating 99 years with a huge store-wide savings event. We've worked with top manufacturers like Flexsteel, Stressless, Smith Brothers, and Canada to bring you our best prices. And there's more, like special financing or a substantial cash discount, even free delivery. Now for a limited time only. 99 years, 4 generations, and the same family bringing you quality furniture at affordable prices. The 99th anniversary sale is happening now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Life happens. When people hit bumps in the road, Family and Children's Center is here to help. FCC offers mental health support with 20 different programs, support for hurts, heartaches, and hardships. Because life happens, contact FCC Outpatient Therapy at fcconline.org.
President Biden says pro-Palestinian campus protests have not prompted him to rethink his Middle East policies.
His first public comments on the topic come after police officers broke up a pro-Palestinian encampment overnight on the campus of UCLA, and police in Portland cleared out protesters from the State University Library.
Bradley Blackburn reports from New York, where officers remain outside several universities.
Students at Portland State University were told to shelter in place Thursday as police cleared out the library, which had been occupied by protesters. Police say they found tools, improvised weapons, and paint balloons. And this is what remains after police cleared out the pro-Palestinian encampment on the campus of UCLA. Overnight, officers in riot gear moved in, ripping apart the barricades that had been set up. More than 100 protesters were arrested.
We need to keep protesting, and that's the only way change will be made, right? By resisting the status quo. So.
As the day wore on, officers continued to make arrests in areas outside the encampment.
We are still seeing the resistance on the far end to my right.
As protests on college campuses nationwide escalate, President Biden spoke out, condemning the violence.
Breaking windows, shutting down campuses, forcing the cancellation of classes and graduations. None of this is a peaceful protest.
At George Washington University in D.C., there were dueling protests between protesters who were against the war in Gaza.
Humanity wins when we bring them home.
And pro-Israel demonstrators who want the focus to be on the release of the hostages. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
According to the Associated Press, the protests have now resulted in about 2,000 arrests nationwide so far.
Yeah, we've seen protests in Wisconsin at UW-Milwaukee and UW-Madison's campuses. Now students at UW-Stevens Point are also protesting in support for Palestine and asking UWSP to cut ties with Israeli businesses. So far, the university has not given students a straight answer about if they will meet their demands. But the school is allowing students to occupy a lawn to show their frustrations, as well as help students figure out the resources they do have.
Students should be able to express their beliefs, and many of these campuses celebrate their history of protest, and it seems like that they're proud of all protests except for the one currently going on.
The students do not have a set plan at the moment if their needs are not met. Other schools protesting in the state, as I mentioned, include UW-Madison and Milwaukee. Students from UW-La Crosse have organized a rally for Palestine at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
Attention Walmart shoppers.
Multiple kinds of ground beef sold at Walmart are being recalled. The reason why in just a few minutes.
And we're going to dry out for your Friday. Unfortunately, the start of the weekend looks wet with showers for Saturday, but the end of the weekend will be dry. So we're flipping back and forth. I'll kind of time it out and show how much rain we might get for Saturday and when we'll actually might get into a drier pattern. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Shop for a cause at Home Seasonal Concepts. Home will give you 10% off sale prices on porch and patio when you donate $10 to help ovarian cancer research. Give $10 and get 10% off sale prices now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Last year, our daughter blessed our family with this cute little nugget. We're supposed to leave our next generation better off, but because Washington politicians have spent our money recklessly, he starts out owing hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. It's wrong. The spending needs to stop. Unlike career politicians who drive us deeper into debt, I'll fight for him and for your children to have a better future. I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
People of another age, yep. Howdy Doody Time, the Ed Sullivan Show, the Mickey Mouse Club. You remember, getting in and out of that tub just isn't quite as easy as it once was. We make life easier for older folks like me. New walk-in shower, a personal shower, a seat if you like. Seriously, be safe. Call the board store. Let us make your bathroom safe and beautiful. Contact the board store today.
You made a cow.
Actually, it's a piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When it's time to plant and grow your dream yard, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like half off 1 cubic foot bags of Miracle Grow garden soil, 40-pound bags of Blaine's Black Oil Sunflower Seed, just $17.99. All Longfield spring bulbs, 15% off. And with Mother's Day coming up, get 4 packs of flowering annuals and vegetables, just $2.29. Plus, visit our outdoor garden centers, now open at select Blaine's Farm and Fleet stores.
Right now at Homeworld Rugs, get 10% off Area Rug sale prices. Choose from many different shapes, sizes, and patterns, with Area Rug experts in every showroom to help you find the perfect rug. 10% off Area Rugs, going on now at Homeworld Rugs.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, you'll want to check the fridge if you bought ground beef at Walmart recently.
Yeah, over 16,000 pounds of Walmart ground beef has been recalled because it could be contaminated with E. coli. The meat was shipped to Walmart stores across the country.
The recall affects several products, including both patties and trays of ground beef, ground chuck, and ground sirloin. The U.S. Department of Agriculture said you should throw the meat away or return it to the store where you bought it.
So far, there have been no reports of illness, but you should seek immediate medical attention if you have symptoms of E. coli infection.
They include severe stomach cramps and diarrhea, and usually start 3 to 4 days after you consume food contaminated with the germ. Well, there's been something a little bit comforting about the weather pattern. It's one day dry, one day wet.
At least we have consistency with that. We know what to expect. So if we have rain today, we have sun tomorrow, Greg?
Or at least, I hope the pattern's
continuing.
continuing.
With the pattern that's been going on, you know, it's been an active April. We've got plenty of rainfall, which we did need, and it continues into May. So that's the good news. We're coming into May in really good shape with drought conditions and soil conditions too. So that's the positive. Unfortunately, we just can't get 2 days of dry weather in consecutive. But we're going to have sunshine tomorrow. The showers come back for Saturday. Definitely going to be the cool day of the weekend. Sunday actually still looks good. Should be plenty of sun back in the 70s. There's that system that really pushed through all the precipitation here this morning. Otherwise, the lows up to the north of it. Way back west, you got to go all the way back to the Pacific coast almost. There's a little weak system right there. That's the one that eventually will come our way Saturday. So it's a ways out yet. But overall for today or tonight, this evening, just going to see decreasing clouds eventually. But in the meantime, fog, mist, drizzle, maybe a few showers to the south towards Prairie du Chien, Bosqueville area where they've actually had a little bit more warmer temperatures down there today. Otherwise, we'll see the decreasing clouds probably later tonight. Can't rule out that once you wake up, you might still see some low clouds, and that's what's indicating of this white areas, some low clouds to the ground. Could be a little fog too with the amount of moisture that we've had, so we'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, that should burn off fairly quickly by 8 or 9 if we do have any of these low clouds lingering around. Otherwise, temperatures getting up to the 60-degree mark definitely by noon. Maybe even 70 in the afternoon, probably low to mid 70s late afternoon as it looks at that really fantastic day with that wind turning out of the southwest. And here's that next system that's going to be coming. It'll just spread a few high clouds maybe by Friday evening. And then as we go through Friday evening, Friday night, we'll start seeing increasing clouds. But for right now, there should be no issues with any Friday evening activities with temperatures pretty much in the 60s. So kind of where we should be this time of year. And then overnight, those clouds will increase. Here's the system out to the west. It does look fairly robust right now at this point at 1 in the morning. I think it will fall apart as it gets closer, so we'll see if any of this gets to be thunderstorms as it comes through Saturday morning. But for right now, I think it's just going to be a period of light rain or showers quickly coming through in the morning hour with maybe a few lingering showers behind there. By the time we get to the afternoon hour, I think a lot of it will push east, and by Saturday evening, we should start seeing that northwest wind kick up a little bit. That means clearing skies, or at least less cloud cover going into that Sunday. That's the big story that we're going to see going into Sunday. It should be really great weather. Unfortunately for May 4th, as I just mentioned, temperatures are going to struggle to get up into the low mid 60s for both locations, and those showers are going to be at both locations too. Probably more in the morning hour, I think less in the afternoon hour. The positive news going into Sunday for Cinco de Mayo, it looks good conditions. We should climb back at least near 70 or in the low 70s with plenty of sunshine, lighter winds. That's the positive news. And maybe Monday might be dry too. We'll get into that in a bit. But overall for tonight, decreasing clouds, but still some mist drizzle for early evening hours. Otherwise, as you wake up tomorrow morning, we still could see some low clouds, maybe some fog, but once the sun comes out, we should climb into the 70s for most locations with light winds, so a great time to end the work week. Unfortunately, the conditions change going to Saturday with the rain coming in, especially during the morning hour. Cool conditions, barely getting into the 60s. Sunday looks great. Monday, for the most part, I think stays dry, even warmer, and then we have another system that looks to linger almost entirely next week, with showers and thunderstorms at least coming Monday night into Tuesday, and then more showers the rest of the week.
All right. Thank you very much, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Olympics are right around the corner, and a Prairie du Chien and former Winona State football player is looking to lead his team to a gold medal this summer. Rob's got that story next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
News 8 Now and these proud sponsors honored the top graduating seniors from La Crosse area schools at the Honor Student Banquet. These students are outstanding examples of academic excellence, and we're proud of them and their schools. Congratulations to these and all graduating seniors.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. What's this spring like? Free flowers. All month long, save up to 20% off store-wide. Plus, as a thank you, get $50 worth of free flowers from Sparta Floral when you spend $499 or more. Buy a sofa, get free flowers. Buy a fridge, get free flowers. Buy some flooring, get free flowers. While you're picking up your free flowers, buy some more flowers. Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup is always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Hi, I'm Kylie, and I make fresh, delicious Papa Murphy's pizza.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I make the Papa Murphy's pizza.
Sure, that's take and bake. We built it with the freshest ingredients. You bake it fresh in your oven.
By you mean me, so technically, I make the pizza.
Super good pizza, Kylie.
Oh, Kylie, so good.
Right now, enjoy big-time taco flavors on a pizza with the limited-time Taco Grande. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
Visit Cooley Cards and Gaming in Onalaska. Whether you're looking to buy or sell basic or investment level sports, trading, or gaming cards, Cooley Cards and Gaming is your place. If you're more into autographed or game used sports memorabilia, we have it all. Weekly trading card tournaments and beginner games on Sundays. We're open 7 days a week, so stop on in.
Come on down to Cooley Cards and Gaming to turn your old cars to cash and explore our shelves for exciting additions to your collection. Your cars deserve a new adventure, and so do you.
Located in Valley Plaza, Onalaska.
News 8 Now and these proud sponsors honored the top graduating seniors from La Crosse area schools at the Honor Student Banquet. These students are outstanding examples of academic excellence, and we're proud of them and their schools. Congratulations to these and all graduating seniors. Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
All of us face obstacles throughout our lives at one point or another, but how we deal with those obstacles is when we find out what we're truly made of. One Wisconsin native found that out when he least expected it. As a kid growing up in Prairie du Chien, Joe Delagrave's childhood was centered around sports.
Everything and anything. Through middle school, it was basketball, football, baseball, swimming, little pond hockey.
Joe ultimately chose football, competing at the college level just a couple of hours from home at Winona State. But after his freshman year with the Warriors, Joe's career took a detour in 2004.
That summer was out on a boat with a couple buddies, and buddy ended up hitting the bottom of the river. I flew backwards, hit my head, which led me to being paralyzed from about the chest down. And that was kind of like a life is over moment for a second there, and trying to figure out what was next.
But life wasn't over for Joe. Instead, it was just getting started. And as it's always been for the PDC native, sport once again became the driving force for his next chapter.
Really, what really helped me is about 1.5 years after my accident, found the sport wheelchair rugby, just looked up a Google search on like different sports I could play with my level of injury. And from that athletic mindset, always growing up and going like, how do you get better and setting goals and whatnot, but really helped lay that foundation for me to be able to make some of those choices.
And what a choice it wound up being. Joe turned a passion into a professional career, and wheelchair rugby became the avenue for a Wisconsin kid to earn Olympic medals along the way. Joe spent 13 years as a pro and competed in 2 Paralympics, winning the bronze medal in 2012 and the silver medal in 2020. But after retiring from the sport 4 years ago, Joe made sure not to stray away too far. He quickly took over as interim head coach of the USA wheelchair rugby team before permanently getting the job in 2023.
That's been a joy, something where I think I've found really a true purpose in it. It's fun to be on the sidelines. It's a little bit nerve-wracking because you have no control over what's going on in the court once the whistle blows, but it's been a really fun challenge for me, the squad.
On top of getting ready for the upcoming Paralympics in Paris later this year, Joe continues to share his story all around the world. And whether that's inspiring his own players or motivating others, Joe's ultimate goal is to help as many people as he can.
I think it's really important to use your platform for a better purpose and be selfless with it. And I think, if we can make a difference here in our lifetime, but for the next generation, the generation after that with spinal cord injuries, I'm a happy man.
Now, Joe continues to inspire. He's currently an ambassador for the Red Bull Wings for Life charity. He's been in that role since 2018. This upcoming Sunday will be the Wings for Life World Run. It's a virtual global run that everybody can participate in. 100% of the entry fees will go towards spinal cord research. I'll provide all that info on the website, news8000.com/sports. So
that's great. He
really
does have a really unshakable mentality in the face of such adversity at a younger age.
Yep, and a great family as well. 3 kids, a wife that have been there the whole time. So really cool guy.
Good for him, and we wish him the best of luck.
Absolutely.
In the
Thanks,
Olympics.
Rob.
Okay, we'll be right back after this.
Join the conversation at facebook.com/news8000. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
Ashley's 72-hour summer kickoff event is happening May 10th through the 12th. Get your home ready for summer with our biggest selection of hot buys, cool deals. Kick off summer in style May 10th through the 12th, only at Ashley.
Looking for laminate or wood flooring? Why choose Carpets to Go? At Wisconsin's premier flooring sales, Carpets to Go has the best in selection and name brands. Forget what you thought about laminate. Today's laminate is better, stronger, and more stylish than ever. Wood flooring brings an elegance to any room, and there's a wood type and stain for every room. With free estimates and design, financing, and installation available, there's no better choice than Carpets to Go at their convenient location in Onalaska.
Pischke Motors has been family-owned and operated since 1920 and have you to thank for our continued success. Stop into our Jeep 4x4 headquarters in downtown La Crosse or West Salem to find the Jeep you're looking for. Get in a Renegade, Grand Cherokee, Compass, Wrangler, or Gladiator today. We've got great deals on new Jeeps right now. When you find the perfect Jeep, you'll feel it.
Start your search at Pischke.com and drive away in your new Jeep.
Ashley's 72-hour summer kickoff event is happening May 10th through the 12th. Get your home ready for summer with our biggest selection of hot buys, cool deals. Kick off summer in style May 10th through the 12th, only at Ashley.
All right, tonight some cloud cover will stick around, maybe some mist or drizzle this evening. We should have decreasing clouds late, but we still could have some of those low clouds kind of linger in at least through tomorrow morning. Otherwise, Friday looks good, Saturday the rain, and then Sunday looks good too. And maybe Sunday and Monday we might get 2 consecutive days of dry weather.
Something to look forward to.
Basically a foreign concept.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed then. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6.
We'll see you at 10.
I'm going to blame you if it's not 2.